Hi, Ronnie Figueroa here, and I'm wanting to present something with one of these brief messages that I've been doing for YouTube. And I think we're trying to expand it to do the Instagram thing and maybe even the Facebook thing. But what I want to do is like make these as short as possible and be pretty concise about what I think is really important for us all as as human beings on this planet, especially these days and age. Um, Now, one of the things I wanted to talk about was what we feel about in the sense of having intention for something and then manifesting something, because we hear these words all the time and it can be very confusing. So I'm just going to give a brief explanation of what I believe the two mean, how they're connected, and how they're different. First and foremost, the idea of intention, when we say, oh, yeah, I'm going to have an intention to make something happen. And these are kind of words that happen a lot in the quote, New Age or holistic or spiritual communities, right? But the idea is that we all, as human beings, need to believe and see that we can generate something on a quantum level, if you will. That it's not just the practical things, the physical things that are going to make things happen. We can actually create things from thinking about it, from believing it enough. And however you want to interpret that, that's up to you. I just believe it so strongly because I've seen it. I've seen it in my own life. I've researched a lot about it. I've seen it in other people. I've seen it in literature and in videos, everything. So, very briefly, what I want to say is that intention is very important for us to have some kind of an intention, a belief. Now, when I say intention, to me, the more specific way of understanding it is that intention is you believing with some doubt, but you're believing and you are putting out an energy toward it, an affirmation toward it, a belief toward it, whatever that thing is that you feel you need or you want. So this is what I'm intending. I'm intending for this thing to occur. And what's important is not to look at it as a future event. The idea is to really look at it as something that you already have within you. And with that intention, you're going to believe that this is going to happen to the best of your ability. And intention, for the most part, for most people, will have, and it's good to have, some degree of doubt. Because you're not saying, I know it's going to happen. It will happen. It will happen. That's the kind of stuff that I think most people are fooling themselves about, believing that that's what you're supposed to do. I will, I want. Don't never say I should or I could. That's all BS. We need to be genuine with where we are, hold on to this part of us that does believe, but also invite the parts that don't believe, those unconscious things. This way you're healing yourself and your intentions will come out more purely because you're believing in yourself that much more, and you're also entertaining or exposing the doubts while you're holding on to this belief, and then the doubts kind of dissipate. So it heals you even as you're doing that. But that's the idea of intending. Manifesting, on the other hand, is more like you are saying to yourself or to others or whatever, however you might do that yeah, I am going to not only believe, but I'm going to put it out there that this is going to happen. I'm believing this as best I can. And even if you have doubts with that, that's okay. But it goes from this idea of questioning, whether it's going to work or whether it's not going to work, and just put it out there as this is the stuff that I want to see done. These are the things that I want. This is the feelings that I want. This is the healing that I want. More and more going in that direction. I'm trying to keep this under like 10 minutes because they say that's the best way to do these clip kind of things. But I just wanted to say these two things that are very important to get the real feeling about intention and manifestation. The manifestation part is something that you want to hold on to as the reality that not is going to happen in the future, but is already happening within your psyche, within your mind, within your heart, within your soul, whatever you want to believe. That you're holding on to this belief, you're holding on to it, that it will happen in the future, but you're creating it right now. You're creating it as a reality. And can there be doubt there? Sure. Just like I'm hoping that this happens. The manifesting means more so that, yes, this is going to happen. I'm believing as best I can. And then the doubts may come in and whatever, but you always come back to, I'm believing this will happen. The intention, again, goes to, this is what I hope will happen. I'm intending these things to occur, but I need to manifest them somehow. And then what happens is, it can happen a couple ways. There's people will sit back and go, oh, it's supposed to just happen by itself? No. You have to work at something to get there. And if you really start believing in yourself more and holding on to this thing that you are, that we've spoken about with the fourfold way, and learning to have specific practices, things will occur in synchronistic ways where you'll see yourself working at something. You might make a mistake, but then you'll do it better. Over and over and over again. Now, again, these are words, and I hope so much more so than trying to understand the principles, that you can internalize something that makes sense in what I'm saying in words, right? Now, I'm just going to leave that there. The other thing that I want everybody to try to understand and get to is the need for community. We're establishing a group of people, and I guess I want to start even more so just really focusing on, when I give these videos or whatever, or the talks that I've been giving in the podcasts and everything, I really want people to see how important it is for us to get together. We have a group that meets right now, anyway, we just had a few meetings, once per month, the first Sunday of every month, from 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time to 1, where we have established this kind of, what it's called basically is an energy healing gathering. Where in the beginning, we're basically having some really meditative, if you will, or just invigorating contemporary song music, where we'll encourage people to just really get into it, really feel it, really absorb the words that are touching your heart, and look inside of yourself of what you need. Then we'll have a person who's going to present something after that, some kind of healing word, some kind of a healing practice even, that we can all do. And then we'll have a time for breakout rooms, and toward the end, even just healing each other, sending out healing energy, sometimes even more specifically, so that we can measure it even, to see if it's working. Very important. Gathering together, the breakout rooms are more intimate, that sort of thing. Okay, it's 8 minutes, so I got to, if I keep it under 10, we have it. So go to find out more information. My website, www.ronniefigueroa.com, Figuer.com. I'll do that again. www.ronniefigueroa.com. And you can also get me on my email address, which is thehi3111@gmail.com. And I tell people this often, that the thehi is an idea of what's called the high. And it stands for the Holistic Energy Healing Institute, which is a thing I started. But if you just look at the letters, it spells out the high. The 3, I love the letter, number 3, and I have 4 children, so that's why the 4, @gmail.com. So thehi3111@gmail.com. For the YouTube stuff, if you want to do what they say with the subscribe and like and all that, and even if you have comments, please let me know what they are, okay? So I'm going to leave that there, and I have a few more seconds before it gets to 10 minutes. I just want to hope and pray that we all get together and we start making these changes. We literally manifest these things, have an intention toward it, and then let's together make it happen. So I guess that's a key word that I'm going to put on that manifesting part. We need to make it happen. Thank you. Bye-bye.